This is a Social Security building. They combined, this is a new facility. They combined two old facilities, Woodland Avenue and 39th and Market. And they provided no parking for their customers. So after 8 o'clock in the morning, you can't park around here because all the people going to the Social Security building Monday through Friday and twice a month on Saturdays park in the neighborhood. And this parking provided just for the workers at the Social Security building. I mean, actually, if you come back after 8, you can't park in this neighborhood. Third and Ludlow Street. Took our parking.
What did?
This building. Because none of the people coming to the Social Security can park here on their parking lot. They have to park in our neighborhood.
Right.
But this is for their workers. One, two, three, four, 5 stories. Counting the basement apartments, you have 5 stories right there. No parking provided. That means that you'll get students in there, and likely the students will have cars, but they'll have to find a place to park in the surrounding neighborhood. And if you can just pan your camera up here, there used to be parking from this white line to the white line at 43rd Street. But now they've eliminated the majority of the cars. They no longer can park here because of this new configuration in order to allow a bike lane down Chestnut Street.
Yeah, that looks really dumb.
And all those cars now, they have to park up in our neighborhood. And who knows what they're building here? This was a 3-story building which they took down, and I don't know what they're putting in there. This configuration goes from 45th Street to 37th Street, 8 blocks, and 2/3 of the parking eliminated along Chestnut Street. No place to park except in our neighborhood.
Crazy thing is I don't see one bike.
Let's see. This is the new building here, brand new. 4215 Chestnut. There was a 2-story building there, but which they tore down, and they built this facility here. And where they're going to park, I don't know.
That's like what, like homes, condos, something like that?
I'm not sure. Yeah, residence. That's what it says. It says 162 bedroom residences. 162 bedroom residences. What the sign is. How many bicycles do you see going up and down the street? We talked to a cab driver. He said there's been more accidents because of the merging traffic. One lane is ending and forced into 2 lanes. And I don't ever see a bike. Both directions. You can see as far as you don't see a bike. Where?
One bike right there.
A motorbike, but he's not on the bike lane. Not on the bike lane. Look. There you go. I used the right word, configuration.
So someone getting out on the passenger side, what, could be hurt?
They'll get right out in that fast lane. Look at that. And the door will be open. This is going to be apartments also.
Oh, this building right here in the yellow?
Yeah. This is a brand new building. That was an empty lot. When Penn tore the facility down there, they promised us that they were going to green it up. They never greened it up. They used for storage of machinery. So this is going to be a lot of apartments here. But where are they going to park? Just to park here, you got to stop in the center lane to park and back up into here. So that holds,
that holds
the traffic up.
Right. Right.
coming down
Because you have to parallel park on the main street.
a very fast street.
So everyone has to stop. So all of these cars had to do that. Like this car right here. For example, he probably had to parallel park.
See how this works so that no one will come down this lane. Suddenly you have to move.
Now what do you mean by that?
Well, this starts at 45th Street.
All right.
So you're coming down to 45th Street, there's 3 lanes. Suddenly you have to move to the center.
Right
Here.
I understand. So everyone has to merge into one lane.
And this is the only thing that blocks traffic. These little pipes sticking up out of here. You see, they're all having to merge right at the top of the hill.
The gray building?
The gray building.
Right.
And they provided no parking.
When did that go up?
That went up in the last year and a half. The last year and a half. And you can count the stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, either 5 or 6 if they have basement apartments.
It seems like these buildings can go up like. How long did it take for that building to go up when they started building? How long do you think it took?
About a year.
Okay. Some of these buildings, they kind of put up, like you said before, they were just dropping one floor on top of the other with a crane, right?
Yeah.
They can do this stuff really fast.
He's a Christian. He's just horsing around. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories. This is brand new.
Oh, I see.
And that was just one little row house. That was just one little row house. And now look at it.
So this will be probably what, student housing too?
Probably.
Assuming?
Probably. Either student housing or young entrepreneurs moving to the city. It's too expensive to rent downtown or lease downtown.
Yeah.
Okay. Have we seen one bike? Oh, here comes one. The first one.
Let's see how far he goes.
There's one guy on a bike. Now they know they got to turn because there's a sign way back there.
Okay. Let's move up then, I guess.
See, this car's having to merge. He's having to squeeze right in there.
Mm-hmm. So where these cones are, this is where the merging begins. How many lanes is that? Oh, down.
Well, 3 lanes, but it's moving over to 2 lanes.
Oh, yeah.
See, this car's having to merge.
Right, see that.
And see, this is not during rush hour. During rush hour, it's like incredible.
Oh, so because they don't understand that's a turning lane.
No.
Right, it says it's only a turning lane right there. Oh, this car's on the merging. Right.
And right up here at this hospice site, the hospice trucks double park, which means that right at the time they need to merge, they only have 1 lane. So they're coming in from the right lane They're coming in from the right lane because of the hospice trucks are parked in it.
They're parked there every day.
Yes. And so all of them are coming in from the left and right lanes to one center lane at this spot.
Bike lane, as you know.
Oh yeah. So we've been out here, how long have we been out here?
Like
45 minutes. We've been out here 45 minutes, and we've only seen 2 bikes on the bike lane. Only 2 bikes.
It makes you wonder what was the purpose of that. So they could be more like New York. I mean, what's the real purpose of doing it? I don't understand. Because it's already bad that people need parking there. I mean, it's already bad enough as it is. That's my thing. Why would you even do that?
Getting out of your car on the passenger side is dangerous.
Cones are already been in, you see. This cone right, let's see where it is. Right here.
Down here.
Right. People already have hit some of these cones. And that can endanger the bikers. They're crossing over the cone. Bikers are getting hurt because it's an extremely busy road.
Doesn't make sense. But as a long-term resident here, Winston, as a long-term resident, the ambience of our neighborhood is gone. Homes are put in the shadows of tall buildings, which shades our garden areas. Just finding parking in our own neighborhoods is next to impossible because they've eliminated the parking on this major thoroughfare, or the apartment buildings that have gone up. There's no parking available except our neighborhood. So it's really, it benefits the students perhaps, but not the neighbors who live here.
So for like you, if you were to go out, what time is it right now?
It's 8 minutes after 4.
So if you were to leave your house right now, what are the chances you would be able to find that same spot in front of your house?
Almost impossible.
So then where were you parking? Where would you park?
I'll park 2 or 3 blocks up Market Street usually.
So you have to walk, and you're like, how old are you again?
I'm 73.
You're 73, so you have to park. And you have to walk 2 or 3 blocks on a hot day like today where it's like 80-something degrees. And if you had to go to the store or something like that, you have to carry bags 2 or 3 blocks just to get to your house in the hot sun.
Yes.
And that's if you can find a parking spot. But on top of the fact that a lot of these streets, like I was saying, coming up here, they're 2-hour parking. So it makes it even hard. I don't know how you find a parking spot.
It's very difficult. And that's why, even though my wife only works a couple of blocks away, but she has arthritis, so I have to drive her to work. If I don't leave by 20 minutes till 8, I'll never get a parking because everyone will be coming in to the clients for the Social Security will pick up our neighborhood. And then a number of the cars are just people parking here and then walking up to the subway and taking public transportation to the city. So that eliminates parking again in our neighborhood. And I have to have my car because I use it in my ministry. I pick up elderly and handicapped. So I got to have the car. I have to have the car.
At least they have the sign so you know when you're pulling in. It says right here, what does it say? It says parking bike lane. At least you know. At least you know that there's a bike lane there.
Well, see, even here, see what that sign is? Any kids in the back seat can't open the door there. The kids in the back seat are going to have to get out on the dangerous side.
Good point.
So they can't get out of that because of that sign. The kids in the back seat, which is not lane.
Yeah, I get on the fast. The kids got on the fast lane because of the sign.
I were to title this piece that you're doing, I would say, what were they thinking? What were they thinking, or were they thinking?
Yeah, were they thinking? It doesn't seem like they were thinking at all. It seems almost as if it's like, and it's really a shame, like it's almost like an experiment. And if something goes wrong, they're not going to suffer. The only people, if the business collapses because of no parking available, there's no parking available, they're not going to suffer, you know. It's the people who are living here who are going to suffer. What are you saying again?
Your voice is mad. You make anything sound good.
Turn your radio down, turn that radio down.
One thing, you got the bikers where two of my barbers almost got hit by bikers. Because I guess it's fairly new. The bus zone, which we've complained about for years.
It's too long.
About 2 years, it's entirely too long. If you look, we've been chiseled away 3 parking spots, and then as you stated, the passenger side is in the speed lane. So you know it poses a danger, and you got these apartment buildings going up too.
Oh yeah, we took film of all of them.
Yeah.
And there's no parking for any of them.
0.
And some of them are built right on the Mill Creek. I don't know what they would take.
Yeah.
That falls down every once
I
in a
know
while.
exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, man.
God bless you. Take care.
Thank you for everything.
That was good. How you doing? Amen. Blessed by the best. In spite of my mess. God bless you. Take care.
Years ago, they offered us the permanent parking on this block, but we didn't feel we needed it because at that time, you know, there weren't that many homeowners here that had cars. But I think we get impacted by people who park here and then catch transportation to go downtown. Because remember, the city used to have a lot up there
Yeah.
at 46th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the same thing, where you could park your car and then catch the L. And that doesn't happen anymore, because you'll find if I come back here during the day, like if I've been out, and there's no parking, if you wait till like between 5 and 6, they move. Now that may change now because we're getting more students in the area with these apartment buildings and stuff.
If I don't leave like 20 minutes till 8,
Yeah, well, you
take care of them, I can never park.
You have Social Security to deal with up there, which I can't imagine why they would put that in without a parking facility. Yeah, especially because they're dealing with seniors.
And you know, the Barnes Foundation had to move. They had to move from where they were because there was not sufficient parking for all the people coming in.
Right.
And I don't know why they built that without providing extra parking for the clientele.
Yeah, they
Many
should.
times I'm parked way up Market.
At least the parking authority's been kind. They have not been writing tickets for that fire hydrant there.
Well, I
So
got
the cars can park just
a $100 ticket for parking too close to the corner. It was the only spot available. It was raining cats and dogs, and I got. All right.
Okay.
Bye bye. Have a good evening.
I might see myself on TV.
That was fortuitous that she came out at that time.
Right. So she said this building right here, she hasn't seen anyone coming in or out. But she said they only have a place where people can put their bikes in the back. She said, so basically, who knows? I asked her about the parking with these people here. She says, well, she didn't see anyone really come in, but they had one garage, which we saw in the front. So where will they park? Who knows?
Who knows? In our neighborhood, if they can.
And this right here, I thought looked really ridiculous.
Well, if this catches on fire, one
Right.
cigarette, this wood will go straight up. And this is treated wood. This is a fire hazard. If this catches on fire, this treated wood is going to go up. And the fire is going to be carried all the way up.
Because they only have to check, when you make a building, they only have to check to see if it meets the codes.
I mean, I can see them requiring them to put the trash in the backyard. That way, if there's a fire in the trash, it's not going to go up the building.
This must be what she was talking about. She said she saw bikes in the back right here. That's just one.
He's saying his prayers.
Yeah, he's scared because he knows when it catches on fire.
And see, if that's a fire escape, it's made out of wood. No. A fire
Exactly.
escape made out of wood.
Exactly. That's what I said.
You know what that's like? That's like putting a tornado warning place in a house trailer. You know? Really, it is. I mean, the fire escape was made out of wood. They got a big air conditioning unit here. It catches on fire. It'll go straight up. Here's my table rock. See? Look over there. You see a big rock over there. The table rock. My name is Larry Falcon. I've lived here over 30-something years. I've lost count. I'm 73 years old. I planted every tree you could see in this neighborhood. I'm the pastor of Covenant Community Church.